Good evening. Welcome to the RTV News Tonight. Our top stories. Following the advice of the President of the Republic, Paul Kagame, performance contract Imihigo 2019-2020 in all areas will rely on activities and strategies which aim at finding solutions to problems that impede the well-being and prosperity of the citizen. In a few days to come, malaria might become history in Rwanda. And Gasabo district headquarters have shifted to its new building that is located in Remela sector in Gasabo district. On the national scene, Ebola now curable after trials with drugs in DRC, say scientists. Once again, I wish you a warm welcome to the RTV News Tonight. I'm Eugene, Uwimana, live from Kigali with my guest anchor, Her Excellency Swedish Ambassador to Rwanda, Jenny Olson. Good evening.
Good evening.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Thank you so much. Of course, we're going to have one-on-one interview with her at the end of this bulletin. Stay with us. Following the advice of the President of the Republic of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, performance contract Imihigo 2019-2020 in all areas will rely on activities and strategies which aim at finding solutions to problems that impede the well-being and prosperity of the citizen. 9 Rwandans who claimed that their rights were violated in Uganda this Tuesday filed a case at the East African Court of Justice. These Rwandans say they want justice and reparations for everything they lost during this time. They say they were arrested illegally for suspicions of being spies from Rwanda, others for being military men. They are calling for compensations and reparations of what they have lost in Uganda. Pastor Singilangabo Jean de Dieu has lived in Uganda for 15 years as a pastor, while Moses Rusa was captured where he had gone to visit his children in school. They explained their ordeal.
We have sued the Ugandan government for beating us, violating our rights and much more, including our properties that we've left behind. We also want those who we left behind the cells and are illegally detained must be released. They illegally detained us. The second thing is that there are many people that are still detained in those prisons. Uganda, being in East Africa, should compensate us and release all those that are still illegally detained. They must make sure that our lives are back to normal.
This is the second case against Uganda by these Rwandan citizens claiming have had their rights violated in Uganda. In a few days to come, malaria might become history in Rwanda. It is after that Virginia started manufacturing malaria insecticide, which has usually found in hospitals while produced by factories. Rwanda Investigation Bureau has handed over 3 motorcycles that were intercepted in Rwanda from Congolese citizens who were on a tour of Africa. The motorcycles were intercepted at the Ruvu border on the 16th October 2018 as they were on the wanted list of Interpol as part of the cross-border crimes. One of the suspects attests that they bought the motorcycles in Kinshasa.
En arrivant à la frontière de Gisenyi, les motos ont été interpellées par la police rwandaise.
When we reached the Gisenyi border post, the motorcycles were intercepted by the Rwanda police. We were hurt, but we didn't have much to do about it. We asked that they give us back our motorcycles because we bought them from Kinshasa.
Du marché de Kinshasa.
Welcome back. On the national scene, Ebola can no longer be called an incurable disease, scientists have said, after 2 of 4 drugs being tried in major outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo were found to have significantly reduced the death rate. SMARP, used during the massive Ebola epidemic in Sierra Leone, Liberia and Guinea, has been dropped along with Lebensville after 2 monoclonal antibodies, which block the virus, had substantially more effect, said the World Health Organization and the U.S. National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, which has co-sponsor of the trial. Professor Jean Kemuyembe, the Director General of the Institute National de Recherche Biomédicale in DRC, we spoke on phone from Kinshasa.
We have 2 treatment centers. We have 2 molecules that we are using because after researches that we have already conducted, we found out that they are very effective. And that is the cure that we have used here to treat people. And the cure is reliable. Like this woman who has come to survive from Ebola says, Ebola kills faster and can be treated faster too.
One woman who has survived has the story to tell.
They took good care of us. Once who say that people who contracted Ebola are poorly treated or lying. They treated us well with my child. They gave us enough food and now we are healed. Today I feel very happy that I'm free from Ebola. When I get home, the first information to give my neighbors is that Ebola virus exists and kills. They don't have to ignore it. I will tell them that if they feel strange, they have to run quickly to the hospital. To go early to the hospital means to get healed. To stay home waiting for the symptoms to get worse means to die.
Our news edition takes us to Chile. Your Excellency Ambassador, it's your turn.
Chile economy hurt by US-China trade war. Chile is regarded as Latin America's most stable economy, but has seen a sharp rise in unemployment as exports to China takes a hit. Courtesy of Al Jazeera.
For nearly 3 months, 55-year-old Rosario Araneda has been going out every day looking for a job. She joins the queue at this employment agency, hoping, like the rest, to secure work as a housemaid, a job that used to be easy to find, but no longer.
As I told you before, we have a guest, Jenny Arson, is the outgoing first Swedish ambassador to Rwanda, residing in Kigali since 2016, Humadu Amakuru.
Tack, jag mår bra.
That's I'm very happy to have you here.
Happy to be here.
Yeah. And but you lived here in Rwanda before in 2007 to 2009. Tell me more about your life in that time and how you made it to come back here in Rwanda.
Well, I was sent as the first political officer to come to Rwanda from Sweden. We had a development cooperation here, but nothing more diplomatic. So I was asked to come. So everything was new for me, for the Swedish ministry. So I spent a lot of time trying to understand Rwanda, politics here, and I had a good, very good time.
Yeah. Here, I'm going to read your tweet, dated August 11. You wrote, "Nice Sunday in Kigali, spent the morning watching great football team with the girls in Nyamilambo playing in the men's veteran team. Good game. If I was only 20 years younger, I would ask to join immediately. It seems like you were good at football, weren't you?"
I loved football. I played a lot with my dad, but where I grew up, there was no team for the girls. So I always wanted to, but I could not play in a team. But I liked it.
Yeah. You can face the camera. Yeah, you once told Sunday magazine that you commended Rwanda's culture of helping each other, which you said is not like Sweden. I quote, that is very individualistic. Tell us more about this. What do you mean?
Well, in Sweden, the whole welfare system is built on that you don't need a strong family to be able to be taken care of. The whole point is that the society will actually do that also. So in Rwanda, my feeling is that it's a very strong feeling of community, family responsibility, and that is different. In my society, it is more the state, the government that takes that responsibility. That is a difference.
Yeah, and you tweeted this today. You said, Honorable Minister of Trade, Solaya, basically named me her social media in Rwanda ambassador. I feel bad about meeting her not wearing a kitenge dress. You tweet a lot about Rwanda's achievements. What pushes you?
To tweet about Rwanda's achievements?
No, it's honest. I think that there's a lot of things that I can see if I compare Rwanda today and 10 years ago. So I'm happy to tell that story to people. It's not lies. I'm happy to focus on things that I see that I like and are good. And of course, it's a joke to talk about the dresses I wear of Kitenge, but it also means something that things are made here, that you promote it. I want to be part of that.
Your term ends on the 1st of September, right? So you are leaving the country. And after 3 years, you know, which projects can you say you've, supported, you've endorsed and funded in those 3 years?
Well, it's been three main areas for Sweden here in cooperation. It's been climate-related issues, resilience, environmental protection. That's one area. The other one has been human rights, reconciliation, civil society, that area. And the third one has been about job creation, economic growth, poverty reduction. So within all of these areas, of course, there's many kind of programs and projects. And since long, we also have cooperation with university. And that is a separate line, but that's been going on for a long time.
Let's talk business.
Yes.
In those 3 years, how can you say the business community, the Swedish business community, has been mobilized to invest in Rwanda?
I have spent a lot of time trying to inform about Rwanda, about business possibilities here, about the country. I've worked a lot with your ambassador, Christine, in Stockholm, the Rwandan ambassador. So I think both of us together have tried to inform about Rwanda, what is possible to do here. And I see more and more interest from Swedish companies. Rwanda is not very well known in Sweden. So it's a lot of work to make Rwanda well known, but that's something I focused on a lot.
Yeah. Since the establishment of the Genocide Fugitives Tracking Unit under the National Public Prosecution Authority in November 2007, it has issued more than 1,000 indictments and warrants, and 3 cases were tried in Sweden. And how can you say you have worked in that regard to bring justice to genocide survivors?
I think Sweden has worked very seriously to try to be part of bringing this justice. I think the cases that we tried Rwandans in Sweden is the first time we did do that, because we felt that it's not possible not to do it. Either you extradite or you try yourself. For the Swedish government, there was no other option.
Yeah. What can you say you will never forget about Rwanda?
I think I will never forget the people I have met here, their stories, their history, how many of them has shown to me strength and hope that I didn't think was there. So that I will take with me.
Yeah, people around the world commend President Kagame's efforts to promote homegrown solutions. And if someone asks you to describe him, what can you say?
Oh, that's a difficult question. No, I think my impression is that he and the whole government has very, very high ambition and are very determined to reach their goals. They aim very high, and that's obvious if you're here or even if you're outside of the country.
Yeah. Your Excellency, Ambassador, thank you so much for talking to Rwanda Television.
Thank you for having me.
And what are you going to do after, leaving the country?
Yeah, I'm going back to Sweden. I will be an ambassador there, and I will work with the Sustainable Development Goals.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. This wraps up today's edition, but let me remind you our top stories. President Kagame has suggested that performance contracts in Higo 2019-2020 in all areas will rely on activities and strategies which aim at finding solutions to problems that impede the well-being and prosperity of the citizen. In a few days to come, malaria might become history in Rwanda. And Gasabo District headquarters have shifted to its new building that is located in Remela Sector, Gasabo District. On the national scene, Ebola now curable after trials of drugs in DRC, say scientists. Thank you so much for being with us. I am Eugene Uwimana, live from Kigali with my Anche.
Jenny Olsen.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thank you.